If you want to make some picks on your favorite sports, check out Underdog Fantasy's Pick'em game where you choose higher or lower on between 2 to 8 players and can win up to 325 times your entry. And using code ZERK when you sign up, you'll get up to $1,000 in bonus cash and a free pick.
The whole thing wobbin', wobbin', wobbin'. When I come around, got the whole thing wobbin'.
Hey guys, it's Sunday. We have the next episode of Pack and Play, and this is a very, very special one because it's episode 30 with some very interesting challenges and a lot to do before we even get into the gameplay. Now, I do want to give a shout out to Bryce Hill for being a part of the Nota Gang. If you guys want a chance to shout out the next video, drop a like in the vid. Make sure you guys are subbed to the channel. Notification bell on, comment below, Nota Gang. Also, I want to say shout out to you guys been copying the NBA picks, UFC picks, anything else that I've been putting out the last couple of days. I know we have MLB currently going on as well. And if you guys check out Underdog Fantasy right now, use code ZERK, you get up to $1,000 in bonus funds and a 0.5 free pick, and you guys sign up. Also, we have the NBA playoffs coming up very, very soon. There's some big stuff going on Underdog. Be on the lookout. I will be talking about that very soon. And every single Lakers game day for the rest of the regular season, there is a Luka discount available as well. Follow me over on Twitter. I will tweet out every day when that goes live. All right, guys, so we have a lot of stuff to get into in this episode. Number one, we have two things we need to do to catch up from last episode still that we need to go ahead and get some players for the team. Number two, this is episode 30. Every 10 episodes, you guys know it's basically every 2 months we get to do a wheel spin. So very, very important episode here where we get to do that wheel spin there. And then on top of that, we have some challenges for today. I gotta say this, there was a challenge that was very liked, very highly liked in the last episode. However, I'm not gonna be able to do it. And the reason for that is it involved me saying something about my Cowboys sucking. Why do you guys do this to me every single time? But the reason I can't do that is because the most liked comment on the last episode was actually for me to not talk the entire episode, which I gotta tell you this, okay? Number one, if I don't talk the entire episode, we get a random 99 overall all-star athlete, which would be one of the LTDs, and there's obviously many reasons I would like that. Randy Moss would be ridiculous. T'Vondre Sweat would be incredible as well if we managed to get that card there. The quarterbacks, I wouldn't be as hyped about that, to be honest with you, but I'd probably still rock out with them. Regardless, though, yeah, I literally can't talk the entire gameplay, which is very interesting. I don't think I've ever done a gameplay where I didn't talk. So I will be playing the game audio for you guys. And by the way, that makes it so much harder on me to edit this video, just so you know, because if you weren't aware, there's, volume bars on videos when you go ahead and you record everything, whatever. Makes it kind of easier anyways to go to where you stopped talking and then started talking to crop in between. It's going to make it a little bit more interesting for me. So slightly more effort for me. The second challenge, guys, is gonna be if I score a touchdown off of a successful spin move, so I'm gonna have to spin somebody out here, then I get an extra spin of the wheel. I thought that was a very, very clever challenge right there. So with that being said, we have that to do. I guess the first thing we'll do is, go ahead and spin the wheel. All right, so we have the wheel right here. Now, I do want to let you guys know that I am actually recording this video here on Monday, so I don't have the Sugar Rush promo out. However, I did actually add on to here. You can see I tried to make this wheel very, very good, simply for the fact that obviously this is episode 30 already. We're still kind of behind a little bit with the team. We want to try to catch up, right? So I made sure this was pretty much all good on this wheel. We have jackpot, which means we get to spin twice, of course. Choice of any 98 overall all-star athlete. First 98 overall in the auction house. First 99 on the auction house. Viewer's choice of 500,000 coins for you guys to go ahead and tell me what to get. Steal from my opponent's top 3, and then random Sugar Rush champion. So if we get the Sugar Rush champion, as I said, that promo is actually not out when I'm recording this video, but I would likely either just wait until Thursday to do that part, or maybe just start it off in the next episode. That being said, let's get into this, and from this, we get steal from my opponent's top 3. The first time I'm going to say this, I hope my opponent has a really good team. All right, so that's out of the way there. So we get to steal somebody from my opponent's top 3, which, by the way, again, I can't talk, but you'll see, right? You'll see who they have in their top 3 there. But before we get into all that, we need to go ahead and pick up number 1, a random 95 overall all-star athlete, and then number 2, I have a fantasy pack where I can choose one of those all-star athletes. So let's go ahead and get into this. Let's see what we can get. I wanted to wait until part 2 because there are, a lot of players that we expected to see, and yeah, I think it was totally worth it because obviously these all-star athletes are really, really good, especially these 95s, and also just the 98s in general. So first one that pops up here, I'm filtered by newest. The first one that pops up here is to go with, and we get Charlie Ward corner. I'm not mad at that. All right, so Charlie Ward cornerback. Let's go ahead and pick him up. We're going to throw him into the team. And of course, if he gets like interception or something, then we're picking up his 98s. And the player we're going to get rid of, guys, by the way, is going to be Stephon Gilmore. So he's quick sold. All right, and now, guys, we get to go ahead and pick any 95 overall that I want to. But here's the thing. I think I'm going to kind of cheat the system a little bit, okay? And what I mean by that is, as you guys know, right? If I go ahead and pick a player and we do good, we can then go ahead and upgrade them, which means I would get the 98 overall for these upgrade players. Well, here's the thing. I can kind of cheat the system a little bit and basically do it twice. And what I mean by that is, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pick Calvin Johnson strong safety. And the reason for that is, I can pick strong safety Calvin, and in order to upgrade the Calvin, what do? Well, we'd have to buy the 98 overall wide receiver to add it in. But the way that I could do it would be, I could do Calvin, I could get this 95 overall strong safety Calvin. If we get an interception or something with this Calvin Johnson to earn the upgrade to get the wide receiver, I could just not add the wide receiver in and keep the wide receiver on offense. And then let's say we went into another game, did the same thing, we got an interception, whatever. Then I could just buy the wide receiver again, add him into the strong safety, and actually make the strong safety. So I think I'm big brain to the max here. I honestly think that's the best way to go about it. Basically, this Calvin Johnson's still really, really good, but now if he just does good, we then go to pick up the wide receiver, throw in the wide receiver on offense, which would instantly be one of the best wide receivers in the entire game, would be massive, and then, you know, we just do it again. So that being said, I cannot talk for this entire gameplay. However, we're going to steal a player from my opponent's top 3, so hopefully he has a decent team so we could steal somebody good there. Aside from that, I'm trying to think whoever else. Also, I do want to mention this, Larry Allen. Hey, if we do good offensively, we can go ahead and pick up his 98. So then if we can somehow manage to get the defensive tackle one, we can add that in there. Whole lot of stuff could possibly happen, but we have some challenges to do. Oh, and by the way, guys, we're 3-0 in the season right now, so this will be pretty big. If we win the next 2 games, we're in the playoffs. Now, I have to be quiet.
And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Brandon Gaudin alongside. A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson.
Bodies in front of him, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try to pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Yard line. Robinson up the middle. Worked out well. On 3rd down, Vic out of the gun.
When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
A wild throw there, and it is intercepted. And the Vikings. A run now for the rookie out of Georgia. And they're going to. Now Dobbs. And this one incomplete.
Maybe he's got to take the governor off of it.
Or maybe the donut off the baseball bat, like the guys in the on-deck circle.
I like that. Yeah, just take that little extra weight off of it.
That's caught inside the 20. 1st and 5 from the shotgun. Here's Dobbs. And that went too far.
To actually do so. If that had been complete, that would have been one for the highlight.
Here's Dobbs to throw. And he'll go down.
Up, eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Oh, it's intercepted. Take over here following the interception. That's the good news. The tough spot is the spot.
After that type of a game.
And that's complete. Working out of the gun, Michael Vick. That's out wide here for Robinson. And it's a fumble. On one of the linebackers. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He'll complete this one to Watson. Here's Dobbs to throw. Toward the side. Again, they go with Watson. And he gets. Here comes 3rd and goal. They'll roll him out right.
And an off plan that they've executed to perfection.
And it'll be intercepted.
An absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. A final shot before break. Dobbs. Finds his receiver, Watson. And he goes down. Had the potential to be tight. Maybe not this tight. Scoreless as we start the third quarter.
My love been free. They've got to find a way to make some plays, and I don't think you do it if you're really tight and everything.
Off the play fake. Here's Dobbs. McAfee now. As the drive goes backward. And look at this. It's a fake. And he's going to let it go deep. Oh, and this turns into a mess as it's intercepted. And now headed the other.
To just airmail it out of bounds.
Pass tip. Now here's Vic. Throws to his man on the out. They'll look to throw again. Eluding the pressure right.
And converts his first rush of the game into a first down. Gotta love that efficiency.
To the end.
Now.
Vic, third and goal. Being chased out left. They'll run for it with Robinson. And I'm not sure your offense can really get it going. Neither has hit the end zone, and neither side seemingly can make that. To throw from his end zone. Dobbs. He finds his man. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. He's going to let this one go deep. And that's caught inside the 30.
Outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
That's complete. Again, it's Vic. Hope. To throw, Vic. Throw right side to... Desperation time. Vic on fourth down. And he is caught.
Slot. You often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. Time play.
Now he steps away. And just shy of it.
Keep your quarterback from getting hit.
And yes! Now Dobbs. Oh, look at this! It's intercepted. Now Michael Vick. He'll get this complete to work. On first and 10, it's Robinson. And he's going to take Vick. That's out wide here for Robinson. Vick to throw. He'll buy some time right. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't.
Your defense bring you home. Show some faith in those guys on the other side of the ball.
Tucker's kick. Dobbs. And he'll be
a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
Keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed, too.
And this one final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. This ball intercepted.
Holy crap, what a game. Honestly, that was probably hilarious. I know some of the reactions that I made there. I can't believe that he threw that interception to me with like 2 minutes left there. I literally was using all right. Cannot believe he threw that pick to me. This is going to be an absolutely massive episode though. Number one, I didn't talk the entire episode, so we get to pick, or we get a random anyways, 99 overall all-star athlete LTD. But did you notice who his top three was? He had Randy Moss and Calvin in that top three. So here's the thing. We're going to try to get that random player first to see if we get lucky to get Randy, because if we do, I'm getting Calvin. But then we got an interception with Calvin. So we already can go ahead and pick up the wide receiver. We might be able to get both. But I will say I definitely would favor picking up cornerback Randy. That's had to pick from his top three. But yeah, what a gameplay. Very, very happy with that. We ended up coming out with the victory there. Xavier Worthy, 5 catches, 97 yards. He was running man coverage. His DBs were just way better than my receivers, but still ended up working out. You guys can see we also did get a sack, by the way, with DeMarcus Ware. So we are going to go ahead and pick up another upgrade towards D Ware. And then, like I said, we ended up getting an interception with Calvin Johnson. Rocket even got one, and Caden Elise, so we can use like tokens in Caden Elise. All right, so we have a ton of upgrades we're making this episode. Honestly, this is probably going to be the biggest upgrade episode so far of the entire year. We are about to make a ton of upgrades. That being said, we won the game, so let's go and do a strategy pack. We also have 8 total packs, guys, from the episode, so let's go ahead and do that. So we have 4 packs that we're going to go ahead and do, which are going to be these, I think the All-Star Athletes are still the pack we're going to be doing there. Yep, pretty sure those are the packs we're going to do, so we're going to do 4 of these all-star athletes right here to be the 8 packs. Then we have 1 special pack for getting over 5 packs here. So let's just see how lucky we can get. We do get 289s and 88. Now I will let you know, you guys see I have a lot of training points available here, but we have the Sugar Rush promo, which is out by the time you guys are seeing this video. So I'm probably going to use a lot of training points on doing Sugar Rush packs to then quick sell those players. I'm sure they're going to quick sell for the Carrots currency as get 9 overall Drew Brees, 2 more 89s. Let's do 1 final all-star athletes pack, and then we have got 1 special pack to do. We get 88 overall Tony G, 89, 89. Packs were terrible, and then 1 coin pack here. Let's go ahead and do a Pro Ace Fantasy. Coin packs, man, they're just really bad this year, which is rather unfortunate for pack and play. But as you guys can see right here, we do get 89, a bunch of 86s, round 2. We get a 91, a 92, and another 92. All right, so starting off, let's quick sell all the cards we just pulled, guys. Get another 145,000 training points. And guys, we did really good with Caden Elise. We got 2 interceptions. So we're going to go ahead and get a Roster Evolution medal to then go ahead and, unlock some more abilities for this card, which I think I got to go play like solos to do so. All right, so I went and played some solos. Let's go ahead and add in that Revolutionary medal into the card, and that's going to make a couple of these abilities available, which we can get mid zone for 2, which, yeah, doesn't really help us out too much, but all right, we'll get there. Now, a pretty significant upgrade, though, is going to be D Ware, guys. He did get a sack, which is now going to give us 4 AP Unstoppable Force. So yes, we got to figure out a way to squeeze that into the team somehow. All right, and the next thing we're going to do, guys, as you guys saw, we have strong safety Calvin. He got an interception, so we're going to pick up his 98 overall. Now, the only thing is, though, is this the only Calvin we're getting today? I'm not positive about that. But as you guys know, I think the way we're going to go about this is we're not adding this one into the strong safety. I actually just want Calvin on the team. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're just going to go ahead and keep that Calvin Johnson right there, because in order to upgrade the 95 strong safety, we would have to pick the 98 overall wide receiver. So I think this is totally fine. Now, the only thing left to do, guys, is get a random 99 overall all-star athlete LTD. Of course, I want Randy, okay? Cornerback Randy would be amazing. If we did that, then that means I could steal either Anthony Edwards or Calvin Johnson from my opponent's top 3, which I'll go Calvin. So we can get wide receiver and strong safety Calvin completely maxed out today, which would be absolutely amazing. But with that being said, I'd take Bobby Bell, Tavondre Sweat, or Calvin, honestly. Any of those 3, or probably who am not Calvin. Calvin's not 99. Randy, I mean. Tavondre Sweat or Bobby Bell. One of those 3 is exactly who I want. Cornerback Randy would be perfect. Who do we get? Cornerback Randy. We actually did it. Holy crap. This is without a doubt going to be the biggest upgrade episode of the entire year so far. We have just got wide receiver Calvin. We are now getting cornerback Randy. And we're going to get another wide receiver Calvin because I can steal a player from my opponent's top 3. And I'm spending 1.68 million coins to do it. And I will gladly do it, because this just made our team so much better in this episode. I mean, seriously, this is the biggest upgrade episode of the entire year. And then again, we're going to get wide receiver Calvin again. So we're getting strong safety Calvin, wide receiver Calvin, and cornerback Randy on today's episode. All right, guys, so we just picked up wide receiver Calvin. We now have got strong safety Calvin completely maxed out, and we have cornerback Randy. Don't worry, I'm going to mess around with the abilities and everything after I'm done recording. But wow. Now, the only thing we really need to do now is get Charlie Ward upgraded, still work on Dion, and we're going to be really, really good in the secondary now. I mean, pretty good. Offensively, though, we didn't do enough, I would say, to upgrade an offensive lineman. We have a lot of potential offensive linemen to upgrade, and now we have wide receiver Calvin. This is insane. Which, by the way, guys, we have a couple of players now we have to go ahead and get rid of. Starting off with Brandon Jones right here, who I actually didn't even have in the lineup for the gameplay. That's 100,000 training. And Rome Odunze, he is now going to be gone. We're going to keep Worthy because I feel like Worthy is probably more likely to get an upgrade before Rome Odunze and also be like 99 speed probably. And then also, guys, Marlon Humphrey is going to be gone. So we're going to have a ton of training points to use in the next episode, guys, to go ahead and work on starting to get Easter eggs. So with that being said, guys, that is it for this episode. Absolutely massive. Calvin Johnson now on the team, both at strong safety and at wide receiver. Cornerback Randy Moss and D Ware now is going to get unstoppable force. Yes, I'll work on getting that up, by the way. I will work on the abilities over here, what exactly we're doing. Charlie Ward, also a very nice addition at cornerback. That is the biggest upgrade episode of the entire year. That being said, though, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure you drop a like video, and of course that sub button down below. I'm sure the gameplay was very interesting without me talking. Hope you guys enjoyed. Check out Underdog Fantasy, use code ZERK, follow me on Twitter for my picks. If you guys enjoyed this video, check out these.